For section B, it says factor using the greatest common factor to write an equivalent expression of the following. So what is factoring? Let's remember and let's look back at our notes. To look back at our notes, look back at section 6-3. And that's all about factoring. Factoring, we use the upside down cake, just like this. We're not going to factor 6-3, but we are going to factor 8h plus 2. So put your upside down factor bar there. And what do they both have in common? They both have a 2 as a factor, so we can put a 2 out here. And 2 goes into 8h 4h times, or 8h divided by 2 is 4h. And 2 divided by 2 is 1. We bring down the plus sign, and then you look, is there anything else that they have in common? 4h and 1. That's it. So what you do is you put parentheses around it, and then you take your GCF, which is right up here, and you place it in front. Now on test day, you'll want to check it by doing this. 2 times 4h is 8h, and 2 times 1 is 2. You bring down the plus sign, and look, that's your original problem. So this is your factored answer, just like that. Let's try it again. We make our upside down cake, and we look at the numbers here. We can see that 6 goes into both. We can see that 2 goes into both, and there might be other numbers that also go into both. We're going to use 2 this time. You could use 6, but we'll use 2. 2 goes into negative 12m, or negative 12m divided by 2 is negative 6m. And 18 divided by 2 is 9. We bring down the plus sign, and you can see we can pull another number out of those 2. So we're going to add another layer of the cake. 3 goes into both, so that's what we'll do. We'll take out a 3. Negative 6m divided by 3 is negative 2m. And 9 divided by 3 is 3. Bring down the plus sign. And right there, we can't take anything else out of, so we put parentheses around it, and then we put our GCF in front. To find your GCF when you have more than one number up here, you multiply them together. 2 times 3 is 6. And remember, you can always check 6 times this and 6 times this, and you'll get your original expression. So this is your answer. Okay, this next one we'll do together. It has a minus sign, so I would encourage you to, you could do additive inverse here, or you could leave it. So on this one, we're going to leave it the first time. So put your bar, and what number goes into 24 and 36, or negative 24 and 36? Well, if you try to find the biggest one, it would be 12. But maybe you would just see it as 2 or 6 or maybe even 4. It doesn't really matter. You will come out with your GCF just like on the second one. So I'm going to go with a 6 just to show you. Negative 24k divided by 6 is negative 4k. 36 divided by 6 is 6. I'll bring down the minus sign. And you can see, like we talked about, there's another number that can come out. They're both even numbers, so we can take out a 2. Negative 4k divided by 2 is negative 2k. And 6 divided by 2 is 3. Bring down that minus sign. And now you can see we are done, so we're going to put parentheses around this, and we need our GCF. We multiply whatever we have over here. Could be 3 numbers, could be 2, could be 1. 6 times 2 is 12. You could check it, just like we talked about in the first 2, by doing the distributive property. And you should get your original expression. Okay, moving on to the next one. We're going to have you pause the video and try it on your own. And here it is. I found that my GCF was 16, and I also had to do 2 layers of cake. When I came down to this one right here, let's talk about it, I had 1f. The 1 times f is just f, so I don't need the 1 in front of it. So I just remove the 1. 1 times f is f. And 16 times the sum of f plus 2 is your equivalent expression. Pause the video and try the last one. Okay, I have two answers for you on the last one. I did additive inverse at the top. I changed my minus sign into a plus, and then did the opposite of 27 and made it a negative 27. Then I took 9 out of both. That would be 2b plus negative 3. You can also write 2b plus negative 3 as 2b minus 3. We know that to be true because of the additive inverse. And look, it's the same as what we gotten. So I'll erase those 2 marks and leave it as the bottom one. This is the better way to write your answer. Your mastery scale. Zero knowledge, or I am ready to take on these types of problems on the test.